Yeah, very good afternoon to you again. And Rangers kick off live on Sky Sports against Livingston, the opening game of the season. And delighted to say the Rangers manager Steven Gerrard joins me now at the training ground. Steven, thanks very much for your time. Just looking, coming into the season now, you've got something to defend as the champions. Does that change the mindset this pre-season?
Not really, because we want the hunger and we want the mentality of the players to remain how it was at the beginning of last season. We were very focused coming back during the lockdown, and we started the season very strong. So yeah, we've been champions, but it's important that we park that up now and we reset, and we go in with just the same mentality, and that's full of hunger and ambition to try and make sure that this season's a success as well. You
had that great unbeaten run in the league, but does that momentum continue? Does it cross over into the new season?
I think what we have to do is remember the things we've done well. I think obviously defensive wise, our organisation and our shape give us that real important foundation to go and win football matches from. So it's important that we remember what we've done well last year, but moving forward, you're always looking to try and improve and tweak and change and strive to get better. We've added some new faces into the group, and we're still waiting on players that have been in different tournaments, that played a lot longer than last year, to come in, and we need a few things to fall into place over the next week, 10 days. But come the Livingston game, we're really looking forward and excited to start the season well.
Yeah, and just on that, how key is that good start? Because during your tenure here, you've always started the season very strongly.
Yeah, I think winning games breeds confidence and belief. Last year we went to Aberdeen. It was a real tricky game for us. It was different. There was no supporters there. But going away to a Derek McInnes side is always a big challenge, certainly up here in Scotland. So to win that 1-0 in the way we did, with a lot of control, a lot of style, that gave us the belief and a real good base to build on. But winning games always breeds confidence for individuals and the group. So if we can get an important win against Livy, that'll set us up for a very important Champions League qualifier. So we need to hit the ground running straight from the beginning, to start the domestic campaign strong and well, but also to be ready for the Champions League as well.
Yeah, that Champions League, how key a target is that, and is this the next step given how well you've done in Europa League?
Well, I think first and foremost we deserve the opportunity. I think the way we went about the league campaign and the style we done it, I don't think anyone can begrudge us the opportunity to play Champions League football, but there's going to be tough games and tough hurdles to get over first and foremost. It's going to either be obviously Helsinki or Malmo first and foremost. That'll be a challenge, but we'll be ready, and if we can get over that hurdle and that obstacle, we'll see what awaits in the next round. But we've still got some days to prepare and get ready and get some individuals up to speed. I've got the confidence and belief if we have everyone fit and available and we don't have any COVID interruptions, we'll have a good strong squad. That'll give us a good chance to compete and progress.
What could Champions League football do for this club on and off the field in terms of the revenue, what it does for the fans, potentially getting players in?
It'll be a big help in a lot of aspects and departments. Obviously the board have been very supportive of me, and a lot of important people at Rangers have gone deep into the pockets at important times. So it'll be a fantastic reward for them. First and foremost, the supporters who've backed the club immensely, where this club's been from a financial point of view. If we can reward the club with that, as a group of staff and a group of players, it'll be a big time for this football club. It's not just about the money, it's about success and trophies, but what the journey this has been through over the last 10 years, it'll be a monumental day if we can achieve that.
You mentioned the fans. Some got in for the Arsenal game, but how good will it be to get substantial numbers back into Ibrox?
It was fantastic just to hear that noise and that roar that we've missed and craved over the last year and months. It's going to build. The numbers are going to get more and more, which is fantastic news. I think we've got 8 to 10 at the weekend, and I think that builds into 12 in the Real Madrid game. But more importantly, the week after against Livingston, there's 17,000 expected. So that'll be close to the stadium being half full. That's a big step towards where we want to get. And then maybe in a couple of weeks, if things keep going how they are, we could have a full house against either Malmo or Helsinki. That's very exciting for me, for all the players, for the fans themselves who have backed the club and supported this club just as strongly as they have when they've been allowed in the stadium for many years. So it goes to show how important the connection is from this club to the supporters, and they deserve it more than anyone to be back in watching the team.
In terms of your squad, how do you feel it's looking, and how many more ideally would you like to get in?
I think the important thing at the moment is to get the people up to speed that are already in. You know, your Glenn Kamara's, who has been at a tournament, for example. Alfredo Morelos is due back at some point, we're not sure when.
How is Ryan Jack?
He's good, he's progressing well. He sees a surgeon in the middle of next week, and hopefully, fingers crossed, he gets the green light to resume full training. He's training with the boys now, but it's all unopposed, which is obviously very different. So if we get the green lights off the surgeon on Wednesday, Ryan's good to go full throttle with the group, and then it's a case of getting minutes into his legs. So he's weeks away, but that's a big player for us that is not too far away, which is exciting for me.
You mentioned Alfredo Morelos. Seems to be the weekly, the monthly, the yearly question. Is there any movement in terms of his future? Are you confident he'll be remaining a Rangers player?
I don't know. Can't answer that question for you. From me, we want the best version of Alfredo. That's all we've ever asked for. The manager, the players, the fans, that's all we've ever asked for. I've read a lot of stuff around Alfredo. I know where it's coming from. I don't know what's going to happen with him.
Does that mean there's a frustration there? You feel something's coming from third parties?
No, I'm not frustrated. I'm very happy. We've just on the back of a fantastic season. I'm so excited moving forward into the next season. But I get asked this question every window, every few weeks, because you read more about Alfredo in terms of who he's linked with or where he's possibly going to go, rather than talking about what he does on the football pitch. So it's getting a bit tiresome, that question now.
We'll move on to Connor Goldson, a key player last season, played every minute, fantastic season. How confident are you that you can keep him here long term?
Well, listen, I've got a fantastic personal relationship with Connor. I remember bringing him up 3 years ago up here, and he's done an incredible job. He's got stronger and stronger each season. He's very comfortable here. He's a big leader. We've given big responsibility, making him vice captain of this club. So he's very settled. Talks are ongoing. I'm confident we can get it to where we want to get it, but at the same time we'll respect Connor's space where he's at, and there's no need to rush. As I say, we've got that strong personal relationship. His advisors are in touch with the club, and things are moving forward, but hopefully sooner rather than later we can get him tied down, because he's very important to the team and to the club and to me personally, because he's robust. He's a top player, he's a leader, and as a manager, they're the players you want to rely on.
How key are the cups this season?
They're important. Everything's important at Rangers. We want to have a squad that's capable over the course of a season to attack everything that we go in for. Obviously, we spoke about how important Europe is from a financial point of view, and also a journey that the fans crave and want to go on. So that's a big responsibility. And then domestically, we want to attack everything. It goes without saying that our cup performances and our results in the cups haven't been good enough over the course of the 3 years. So that doesn't sit right with me or with us as a group. So we want to improve in that area. But the league's bread and butter, and the league will always be the main priority when it comes down to the domestic things you can achieve.
How good a headache is it to have Nathan Patterson now pushing James Tavernier, or for you as a manager trying to get both of them into the same starting 11? It's
a brilliant position for me, because I've got two top right backs. I think we have to respect James first and foremost, who's been very consistent for me and for this club since he's come in the door. The numbers that he posts in terms of goals and assists for a right back are incredible. He's a leader. Again, he's someone who's very robust. He had his first injury at the back end of last season, but recovered well. But now is probably the first time during the 3 years where he's really got to push himself even more, because Nathan's not going to go away, and Nathan's performances since he's come in have been high level, and he's not phased, and Nathan will take the challenge to James, but for me that's a fantastic position to be in. I'll pick on form rather than reputation, so it's a great place for both of them to go and take the challenge to each other.
Just finally, Stephen, looking at the Euros, what did you make of England coming so close, and how key is it to support the guys that missed the penalty, given all the fallout after it?
Well, I think first and foremost, I haven't been in that position myself. I'd like to give credit to the penalty takers to have the bravery and the courage to step up, because it's not an easy place to be in. It's easy on the outside in the fans or behind the computer to judge that situation. But if you've never been in there, you shouldn't really judge it because it's tough. So credit to them for stepping up. In terms of the journey as a whole and what Gareth and his coaching staff and the boys done, as an England fan now, I couldn't be any more prouder of them in terms of their efforts and what they've done and how close they came. And for me, it's all about now being optimistic, and with that talent that Gareth's got to pick from, with them getting more experience and the latest setback, obviously not getting over the line in the fan, they'll be stronger from that, in my opinion. And it's about looking forward now and going into the World Cup and giving it everything they've got, because they deserve to be talked about as one of the favourites. Got a hell of a group. They look close, the culture looks right, the coaching staff are perfect and done a fantastic job. So as an England fan, I couldn't be more proud of them all, and I'm so excited to watch them again in the next tournament.